Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2, where last time we did our good deed for the day and got Biha and her adopted children? Legal? Blood children? Some sort of children. The children she was taking care of. We got her out of this pit of a place, the gullet. We also went down below. Kind of see it down there, I think, maybe. I don't know if that's it. Oh, you can kind of see it, like, right there.
I shall.
Yeah, you can see, like, ruins or something, can't you? I don't know if that's all the way down at the bottom, though. Kind of see lights down there. Anyway, we went down there, and, got our ass kicked by some ghosts, but then we found where we were supposed to go, and we did it. Let's see if this guy's anything to say about it.
The gullet is no place to wander. Nothing.
Okay. And I don't believe we have anything else to do in here. That was all aboard, I believe. The name of that quest, which is now done. It's not in my log anymore. So I think we're finally ready to leave the gullet. At least for now. But first, complimentary repair supplies, which we don't actually need. What is this? The wheel groans with the cage's weight. It's slick with protective oil. That's good. It's good to have protective oil. Always use protection. East exit. Okay. So we can go to the Brass Citadel or the Sacred Stair from where we're at. You know, let's just go to the Brass Citadel and work our way up to the Sacred Stair. So, Brass Citadel. 57 minutes. Do it. I don't think we have any quests here, so this might be another gullet kind of place where we just get a couple quests, get our feet wet in the region, district, see what's up, see what's what, as we make our way up to the palace. Ooh, the Brass Citadel. Look at that. That's very stark contrast from the gullet. Wow.
What
Hi.
is your business at the Brass Citadel?
Just looking around. Stand down. I go where I want. Sorry, someone left the gate open. I'm just looking around. No need to panic.
You're the Watcher. The one who nearly caused a riot in Queensburg.
His mouth quirks in a grin. Did I do that?
The Grand Secretary at Sura wants to meet you. His office is on the lower level of Imperial Command. Up the stairs.
That must have been when I showed, like, the harbor dock guard.
Once
The
you're
ghost.
inside, go downstairs through the room on the right.
Is he in charge around here?
Hazanui Karu is the ultimate authority in the Brass Citadel.
He crosses his arms over his chest in salute. Hazanui Karu. Okay.
But she must endure the sops at the palace.
He rolls his eyes.
When she returns, I'm sure she will grant you an audience. For now, Atsura Nui speaks with her voice.
Atsura Nui. Why is Nui highlighted? So big Atsura. Okay. Okay. I also do want to apologize if you guys hear me yawn. I am tired, but I'm ready to play.
No Valiant spy is coming through on my watch.
My body may be tired, but my mind is ready.
Business inside. You want to see our walls, our cannons, our powder house. You must think I'm an idiot.
Back, you got one thing right.
She wants to see your powder house. That's the one thing she got right. Look at this place. So we've got Officer's Lounge, the Gunsmithy. A gunsmithy? Can you make me a nice gun? Fleet Master's Office, Powder House, Sacred Stair, and Imperial Command. Okay. Well, what's in here? This didn't have a marker. Oh, it just goes to the wall. Many of our people... Oh, never mind. The cannon looks recently polished. That's good.
Green islands and blue skies.
The locals don't know how good they have it.
They really don't. Never appreciate where you're from until you do. It's your piece of Heliax logic right there.
What hazard visited? What disaster darkened its halls? Brave trenches call for justice. Kahunga fold their hands.
What are they shouting about? What are they mad about? You can really go all the way around the wall, huh? Oh, locked powder house, and that's the end of the wall. Okay. I'm assuming we'll be going to the Fleet Master's office. Is that where we're going? Or are we going to the command? Let's see. Don't really have anything. I do wish that it ordered this a little better. Like, what was the last thing I got? Or like, even if there's just like a little indicator as to where we should be going, or which quest was the last one updated. I guess we'll go Imperial Command first. We're here. See what's up. Superstitious. Didn't get to read all that. Those go away too fast. Let's see what they said. Oh, I thought that was... It looked like it was coming from Seraphim. Oh well. Superstitions surround your kind. You must tire of hearing of them. I do tire of hearing of them. Look at this place. Got some coral. The air around the coral thrums with life-sustaining magic. Nice. Who needs a tower garden when you can just use magic? I don't know why I assumed or associated tower gardens with magical things. Now I know there's some loot out here. Let's go check out there real quick. There are a couple of boxes I spied from the wall. Okay. Puppy!
I've noticed you seem to be frequently at odds with others in your order.
Some of my brethren don't understand why I gotta...
Oh, I was hoping that would keep going. Okay, game paused. Good. While Pest is following you around, your melee damage is increased, and your party's melee attacks are more likely to critically hit. That seems pretty good.
Do what I do, but I'm not beholden to them.
I can certainly sympathize.
You better sympathize. Oh no, there's a lower level. Okay. Is this where all the criminals are kept? Let's go check it out. Start from the bottom. Oh, hi, again. Are you the actual student? No. I don't know where that's coming from. Okay. Can't take any of this.
Did you see those awful verses by the kitchen?
They weren't that bad.
Yeah, man.
Rhyming Hazanui with kablooey?
I can't think of anything else that goes with Hazanui.
She's got a point.
Me neither. That's why I leave epics to the lore college.
Criticism is easier than creation.
God, she is destroying you in that conversation of logic. Alright, is there anything useful in here? Probably have to come back here eventually one day. Food-stained tally sheets tucked beneath this battlefield model suggest it's been used for recreational purposes. Awesome. I wish I had a big battlefield table like this. It'd be awesome. Imagine the kinds of dungeons you could make in D&D with a table that big. Fantastic. Oh. Well, fancy meeting you here. A plaque below the coral reads, "As we shape coral, so shall we shape nations. In victory, your Ranga Nui." Hello. The man behind the desk regards you with attentive, unblinking eyes and a perfect, open expression. His smooth features make it hard to pinpoint his age, though the crinkles at the corners of his eyes suggest he is not especially young. He cocks his head, taking your measure. He pauses before speaking, just a little longer than seems normal. When he finally does, he seizes you by the shoulders, and wraps you in an abrupt but warm embrace. The gesture is so sudden and over so quickly that when he steps back and resumes his politely professional manner, it is almost as if it never happened.
Watcher Nui, the Lady of Kadnua.
Ah. Big Clesia, huh? The Lady of Cadnua. He gives you a sleek half smile that reveals a row of perfect pointed teeth. In his careful stare and the pause before he speaks, you recognize that he's studying you.
I'm not one for ostentation, but your remarkable display at Queen's birth suggests that you are an individual with skills, not mere style.
Who are you? I like to think I've got plenty of both. This is the part where you tell me what I can do for the Royal Deadfire Company, right? I do what has to be done, and I don't let anything stand in my way. That's kind of you to say, or say nothing. We know who he is. I mean, we don't know the particulars, but we know him. Right? We were sent to him. I like to think I've got plenty of both. It's a cocky answer. I don't know if that really fits Clesia, even if she believes it. I think she'd probably think that, but she would probably never say something like that. Number 3 is a little bit too passive aggressive, I feel like, for her. And then 4, I think 4 or 5 could be good. We're gonna go with 4. I do what has to be done.
Deadfire could certainly use more people with your gumption.
His eyes shine with interest. He blinks, perhaps for the first time since your conversation began.
I am Atsura, Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company.
Do you want to point out we were in a unofficial staring contest and he lost, so I win. It sounds like a significant title, but he is strangely emotionless. He might as well be describing the color of his clothing. And what's your business here? For a trading company, you've got a very commanding presence in Nekataka. Cut to the chase. What do you want with me? Cut to the chase.
You are direct. I appreciate that.
I bet you do. He tilts his head and blinks as if considering you anew.
The demand for luminous Adra has sent the Valian Trading Company into a frenzy. Their expeditions grow too bold, and their officers too greedy.
He puckers his lips as thought. What? He puckers his lips as thought at a lack of discretion at a dinner party. Oh, wait, no. As though at a lack of discretion at a dinner party.
Worse, their rapid expansion attracts pirates and threatens the outlying Huana tribes. This risks souring the Kahanga royals against all foreign involvement.
He inclines his head like he's about to let you in on a secret.
But you can curtail their growth.
This isn't about the welfare of the Deadfire. This is about them outpacing you. How do you expect me to do that? I don't want to undermine the Valian Trading Company. This isn't about the welfare of the Deadfire.
By snapping up land, we need to grow food and build ships for our people. Indeed. But our interests and Deadfire's are not mutually exclusive.
He interlaces his long, well-manicured fingers.
The Valians have sent an expedition to Pokokahara, a storm-wrecked island believed to house a vein of luminous. I hear you accomplished an incredible feat in restoring the luminous Adra near Port Maje.
He praises you again with those unblinking eyes.
If your abilities allow you to do that, then perhaps you are also capable of the opposite. Find the luminous Adra at Pokokahara. Render it unusable to the Valians. This should encourage them to develop the resources they have, rather than reaching for more.
His eyebrows rise a degree, both a request and an invitation. What's to say I don't tell the Valians about this? Why would I help you? Very well, we'll see, or no. Why would I help you?
Because governors like Clario are a rare breed. Most of the Valian administrators care little for the well-being of the Huana.
Oh, he's gonna tug at my heartstrings.
If the Valians claim Pokokahara, it is the locals who will truly suffer.
I'm sure. We'll see. No promises.
Deadfire is a tumultuous place. Consider the value of an ally with ships, cannons, and the backing of a great empire.
He gives you a soothing smile.
I do not have the precise location of Pokokahara, but the tribe on the nearby island of Tikawara could probably help. I suggest starting there.
He circles a small, out-of-the-way island on your map.
Now, what else can I do for you?
What exactly is the Brass Citadel? You seem different from the rest of the Royal Deadfire Company. Let's go with 2.
How do you mean that?
His eyes are attentive and utterly expressionless. You're not a soldier. You're hard to read. Come on. You know exactly what I mean. You're hard to read.
It comes from years of practice. It's the only way I've learned to beat Karanui at Hazatoa.
What exactly is the Brass Citadel? He hesitates, looking at you as if the answer is obvious.
It's a trading post, of course.
Your trading post has high walls, cannons, and guard towers?
Anything worth building is worth protecting.
Fair enough. Farewell. Okay. So he wants us to go to a different place to do stuff with Luminous Audra, making it difficult for the Valiant Company to do things. Nah, we're not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Hello? These rifles look perfectly maintained and ready for use at a moment's notice. Any of them really good? Most of these papers are letters to home. Almost all praise Deadfire's weather. Interesting. I wonder if they're trying to, like, get people to come here. Or maybe it's just really nice weather here. I guess that's perfectly possible. Someone has posted an earnest but excruciating attempt at epic poetry. Yeah, epic poetry is nothing to, do casually. I mean, that's some serious business there. It's not easy. Taken from somebody who's never tried. Alright.
As
We
you
got
like.
this way. There's the coral room. Okay. What do we got in here? Hello, Sabormi? A young woman with a bright, wide smile and eyes to match raises her hand and gives you a quick but enthusiastic wave. And then, with an exaggerated look of embarrassment, she stops herself and crosses her forearms over her chest.
I always forget that part. Say, you're the Watcher of Cadnua, aren't you? I've never met anyone famous before.
Yeah, well, I don't give autographs, so...
Except the Hazanui. She yells at me sometimes.
Her grin widens impossibly. The Hazanui yells at you?
Oh, all the time.
She screws her face up into a look of mock seriousness. Still, she can't help from smiling.
Where's my white leaf? Stop daydreaming. Sabormi, if you lose the ledgers again, I'll have you clean the latrines.
Okay. At this last comment, she leans close, her eyes wide and her voice low with awe.
All this time, I didn't realize she knew my name.
Are you always this excitable?
It's just, this is my first time away from the rough country.
She blushes.
I'd heard there were thick, green forests and sandy beaches without a storm in sight, but I never imagined this.
She shakes her head in wonderment.
You must have traveled lots, seen all sorts of amazing places.
Sabormi folds her hands under her chin, watching you intently. Why does this interest you so much? And had adventures you wouldn't believe. See the world, Sabormi. Travel is grand. Sure. I've just got to get Aothis to stop stepping on them. One place is the same as the next when you get down to it. Why does this interest you so much?
I'd love Rauatai, but it's hard to go a week without seeing storms, or hearing about mudslides burying a village somewhere.
That sounds not great. Her buoyant expression sags, but only for a moment. You're the quartermaster. Can you sell me something? Her face scrunches up in disappointment.
I really wish I could, but my supplies are for the Royal Deadfire Company and our allies. Hazanui's orders. Maybe if you impress her or Atsura, they could make an exception.
She smiles hopefully. Okay, well, we know how we can do that if we want to. Let's go back here. Just take a peek. We're not gonna take anything. We're not thieves. Everything's good. It looks like everything's clear. We're on a smooth operation, Sabormi. Alright, what's up here? Ooh, a locked chest. Oh, that must be her office. And she's not there at the moment, right? Hazanui Karu is currently meeting at the palace in Serpent's Crown. Okay. The Weapon Master. Hello? Oh, Oop. Watch out! Oh, I'm sorry. Stop swinging the sword when I'm right in front of you. Damn idiot. Okay. Back out the brass citadel, we could go that way. No, let's go out the front door. See if there's anything else worthy of our time here. Now, I know when we went to the gullet, I was saying I wasn't going to go and explore every little nook and cranny on our way.
Why does your Ranga carve his name into a rock?
The Ranga Nui, and it's a commemoration to show what he built.
Oh. Then did your Reparo also write their names on other stones? For what do you squawk and gloat over a heap of stones? Akira, you Rautaians are strange cousins indeed.
A well-dressed Wana woman shakes her head at the Rautaian man. The tone of their debate is spirited, but not unfriendly.
The brass citadel is a marvel of modern engineering. With the gates barred and the cannons primed, it can withstand any attack and weather any storm.
He and his Wana friend turn to regard you.
Surely you can see what a fine stronghold this is.
It is pretty nice. Why does this matter to you? I'm sure the brass citadel is very nice. This place, it's an eyesore. It's an excellent fort, sturdy and built to last. Yeah, I mean, unless Aethys comes and stomps it, and I would know. Because I had an even better fortress than this. Actually, probably, this place probably looks a little nicer than Cadnua. Well, Cadnua's main building, the keep, was pretty massive. Though it wasn't very pretty to look at. It's just like a rectangular slab of stone. It's an excellent fort.
I'm sure someone once said the same about the ancient places in Deadfire, before storms and volcanoes made ruins of them.
We transformed a rocky cove into the best defended harbor in Nekataka. Such achievements must be celebrated.
This rocky cove was once a prized fishing spot for the Reparo.
Maybe that's why they're all starving now.
These Rautaians act as if every bare islet is merely awaiting a fort or a farm. They cannot look at anything without planning to change it.
To strive is to survive. Those who would achieve greatness must make the world a better, more ordered place than they found it.
Why change the world when you can learn to live in it the way it is? This is what my people have done for thousands of years.
Of course it's noble and worthwhile to build great things. Even the mightiest works crumble. Why waste blood and sweat on them? We should ask what provides the greatest benefit, a fishing spot or a harbor. The world is bigger than us. It does not need our hand to guide its change. Sorry, but I don't have anything to add. Let's go with 4. I like 4.
And wild barley grows on its own, but most of it dies without a skilled farmer.
He snorts, but there's something good-natured in his disagreement.
Akira, nothing invigorates like a good discussion. Thank you for indulging us.
She grins. With that, they turn from you and resume their discussion. That's kind of rude. I wasn't done talking to you. Fine, whatever. Let's see what else we got here.
Sails unfurled and sword held high. To battle for glory and Rautai.
Faithfully done, Emiani. Report to Wakoyo Nui when your hands and your temper have healed.
That's the last time I ship out with some soft-handed runt.
Hmm.
Come to gawk, too? My punishment's over, you know.
She looks away and crosses her arms carefully to hide her burned hands. Are you holding a red-hot cannonball? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. You better watch that attitude if you know what's good for you. Why were you holding a red-hot cannonball? I mean, we can assume, but let's see what she says. She glances back at you, a look of defiance in her eye.
I punched my captain.
Oh. It's as if the mere mention of the incident takes her back to it. Her face darkens with anger, and a bitter snarl transforms her features.
Though maybe he shouldn't have insulted my aim. Like I don't know the difference between a smooth and rifled bore.
She shakes her head, quietly stewing. What are you going to do now?
I'm not reporting back to Wakoyo, that's for sure. I crewed on mercenary ships before this. Come to think of it, that suited me better.
She grins impishly.
Still a scramble-root at heart, I guess. But I'm plenty experienced.
Oh.
Maybe I'll see if anyone's looking for an expert cannoneer.
I'm looking for an expert cannoneer. She looks you up and down, considering your offer.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I only crew with captains I know. either personally or by reputation.
Well, I'm a watcher.
I'm sure you're capable, but I don't know enough about you. Yet.
Her eyebrow quirks up in a hopeful suggestion.
Let's talk again when you've made a name for yourself.
Okay. Everybody else seems to know about me. Why don't you know? You living under a rock? Hey, buddy.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but how do you get your shirts on in the morning?
She's staring at the horn-like protrusions on your head. Carefully, none of your business. You don't see me asking how you keep the fur off your clothes, do you? Carefully.
I guess so.
She nods slowly.
You in the market for some supplies, friend?
Why are you working at a Ratayan outpost?
Because I'm from Rawatai. Or, to be more specific, my ancestral home's been part of the Empire for decades. Few generations now.
How did your homeland become part of Rautai?
The usual way, I guess. Their soldiers beat ours.
She shrugs. Doesn't that bother you? She glances around to see if anyone is in earshot.
I guess it used to. When I was younger, I grew up hearing stories of the time before from my grandparents. But they were children themselves when Rawatai took over.
She frowns at you thoughtfully.
Some wax romantic about the old days. Anyways, I'm just trying to make a living. That's why I'm here, after all.
What's it like living under Ratayan rule?
I don't know. I never known anything else. We've got the Rawataians' fancy new irrigation canals now, and the roads have gotten better. The ones leading into Tekoa, anyhow.
She pauses, lost in thought, and smirks.
Funny thing is, the further you go on them, the nicer everything gets, and the more it all looks like this.
She nods at the stone walls and towers. Let's get back to business.
That's a better subject.
She smiles carefully.
I've got all sorts of goods and supplies. Take a look before you head back out.
Let's see what you got.
Take a look.
Alright, we've got Gauntlets of Ogre Might. Plus 2 might. We got Ring of Greater Regeneration. Plus 3 health restored per round. The Twisted Wire Ring was cold wrought from living steel. It courses with healing soul energy. And a Charm of Bones. Call of the Restless grants Call of the Restless, which summons a random vessel to fight for the wearer. Nice. Plus 2 intellect and plus 5 accuracy against vessels. Nice, nice. Anything else? No? I might come back for that stuff later when I'm rich.
Indeed.
I say that about everything I feel like, but let's check the officers' lounge here. See if any of the officers want to chit-chat. Little chit-chat. Okay. Lounge
Meet
server.
her eye when you've got bad news. She respects that.
Someone named Payro is trouncing his opponent at
I spent most of my career escorting foreign ships.
Many have. She's got nothing against scramble
Has a
roots,
Toa.
but don't stare at her hand.
Cargo manifests shows saltpeter received from Rawatai and raw foodstuff shipped back. And I think that's it. Oh, this. The notice reads, service reserved for officers of the Royal Deadfire Company. Hello.
If this is about the Hazatoa tournament, I've got nothing to do with that, alright? I just serve the drinks.
He holds up his hands with the exhausted resignation of a man who's made his case many times. What's this about Hazatoa?
Some of the soldiers and sailors get to making unwise bets when they play.
He rolls his eyes.
Like I said, I keep out of it. None of the regulars are looking for new opponents, though, if that's what you're asking. All the better for you, trust me.
Why do you work for the Royal Deadfire Company?
They always pay on time.
That's a good
They're
reason.
Run by the Ronganui, so they should, right?
Mm-hmm. You would think.
Also, I'm from a town near Tekoa. Rautai's full of all kinds of kith, not just Amawa. But the Amawa have a long history at sea. They make up a lot of sailors and soldiers, including most of the ones that ended up here.
Mm-hmm. He nods vaguely at the bar. I'd like to order something.
Sorry, I'm really only supposed to sell to captains working for the Royal Deadfire Company.
He taps a sign near the bar. All right. Well, I mean, technically, I didn't agree to work for the guy, so I said I'll see about it. I'll think about it. Wouldn't that be nice, right? You could just go to every employer and say, yeah, I'll think about it, and get all the perks for working for them. That'd be great. Let's go check out the gunsmithy. Okay. Right into here. Anything down here first? Just a cannon. The metal is as smooth as marble and polished to a shine. Alright. Uto's gunsmithy. What kind of guns you got? Uto. The man greets you with arms crossed over his chest. He has a mass of scar tissue where his left eye would be, and his hands are knotted with bulging tendons. Alright, let's continue.
Looking for a pistol or an arquebus? Rauatai makes the finest guns in Aora, and I make the finest guns in Rauatai.
I love the sound of that. What makes your gun so special?
Craftsmanship.
Ooh. This guy's speaking my language. He holds out his knotted hands, keeping them entirely still as he speaks to you. They are covered in small burns and scars that blur the varied pigmentation of his skin.
If you ask my superiors at Imperial Command, they'll tell you our main exports are saltpeter and metal.
Saltpeter and metal.
Those are just things. They're prized because of what we do with them.
He reaches under the counter and presents a blunderbuss. It could be better. You know, I use blunderbusses, but whatever. I mean, okay. Holding it out for your inspection with his ever-steady hand. It's a high-quality piece.
Rauataian industry is about discipline, precision, mastery of a careful art. Those qualities guide all that we build.
He puts the blunderbuss away. I think that Klesi has never met a man she has loved more than this guy. Or at least, he's speaking a lot of pretty words. Let's see if he's got the equipment to back it up, huh? That's probably a blunderbuss, isn't it? There's no way that's a, aquabus. The Dragon's Dowry, an aquabus. The price, though, 42,000. Jesus. So, it has -5 range, or ranged accuracy with aquabus attack, so it's inaccurate, which isn't great. Blunted criticals, so -15% critical damage, also doesn't sound too great. Unfit for melee, -10 deflection against melee weapons, okay. Veil piercing, legendary, +60% damage, +15 accuracy and +4 penetration. Dragon's Breath. Grants Dragon's Breath. Generates a fearsome vertical sheet of flame, inflicting burn damage on anyone moving through it. Ooh. I don't know what veil piercing is, though. I can hit, like, ghosts or something, maybe? Something like that. And it's got Rune Lock. 10% chance for wielder to suffer 10 burn damage on launching attack. +20% damage as burn. Well. That is indeed a very nice aquabus. And you've also got a very nice pistol, which I'm not going to use, but... And some nice cannons, too, we could buy. Well, 42,000. That's going to be a while before we get that. But let's try to remember that that's there.
I shall make it so.
It's strange that he didn't have a blunderbuss, considering, you know, that's what he showed us, but whatever. These guns look ancient, but the metal is still polished, and the wood perfectly smooth. Nice. I miss my gun. I got it at the very end of the game, and now I don't have it anymore. The scrolls are filled with meticulous diagrams of rifles and pistols. Alright. Klesi loves this place. If we ever have some downtime, that's where she's going to be hanging out. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. So we've got the Powder House and the Fleet Master's office. And some spare stuff here. Can't take it. forsaken cat. Take this stuff. There we go. Let's speed it up a bit. Get the kitty. K-Jux. Plus 20% or 20 health restored per kill. And your party moves more quickly in combat. Okay. Alright, we can go in here. Or can we?
I'm sorry, but this area is strictly off limits.
The young guard draws himself up to his full height, crossing his arms. Can I just look around inside?
Sorry. My orders come from the Hazanui herself.
You know, I always thought that the idea in these games that you could just kind of like walk into these kinds of places without anybody saying anything is kind of strange. But just recently, my dad, he's looking for a new truck. And there's this truck he's interested in at a dealership, but it's like getting new parts or something's going on with it. And he wanted to go look at it. And instead of like contacting anybody to see if he could have a look at it, he just like walked all the way into the service department and walked all the way up to the truck and was just taking a look at it, and then left, and nobody said anything. Nobody cared. And as long as you walk in with a purpose, nobody questions you. And never thought of that. I mean, I have thought about that before, but like I've never known that to happen in real life. But yeah, you can just walk into places. Obviously, if there's like an armed guard guarding it, you shouldn't try it. But other than that, and obviously don't take anything or anything. You know, don't do anything illegal when you do it. What is this place?
Private property of the Royal Deadfire Company, that's what.
He eyes you warily. Oh, fine. I mean, it says Powder House right there on the map. Like, I know what it is, buddy. Oh, you act so rude. The Fleet Master's office. Okay. What's going on? Game? Oh, it's paused. Many of our people work as mercenaries, I bet. Fleet Master Wakoyo. Oh, we heard your name before. Alright, that's all locked up. What is this? An inscription reads, "That which grows is strengthened by Coral Mason Torco." I can't. Okay, a lot of locked stuff in here. Leaves me interested. Can't see that map from out here. Okay. Talk to this guy without touching the thing. There we go.
Clear skies, my friend.
Clear skies. Wakoyo crosses his arms and tips his head to the side. A long scar traces a path down his face, curving sharply where his cheek rises with a smile. "Greetings. Klesia, Captain of the Defiant, at your service." Captain of the Defiant.
I know of you already, Captain.
Oh, you do you? Well, tell that to the... I forget who said it, but there was somebody out here who didn't know who I was. Oh, the person right outside, actually.
The boats of our decorated armada have orders which spread them thinly across the archipelago. Rawatai finds itself in need of a privateer.
A privateer, you say? His brow rises as he speaks the word.
Your ship, unmoored from Deadfire politics, is an asset I would grasp with both hands. An arrangement can help us both. You will empty the seas of competition in exchange for profit.
Hunting ships for Rawatai? Where do I begin? Aren't you afraid the privateering will start a war? Let me consider it. Farewell. Aren't you afraid it'll start a war?
An official reckoning is drafted to account for every cannonball shot in the name of Rawatai. Our paperwork is most thorough. For every ship sunk, there is a legal justification. Our enemies will know the war is started on the day we fail to turn in our paperwork.
That's, I don't know about that one. Like, you never sleep in? Or, like, you know, an accident never happens? What bounties do you have available?
A Scylla wave skipper is your first target. A pirate shirking any pretense of lawful conduct in the open seas.
Koyo grimaces and itches at his scar. I'll take the bounty.
Most excellent. A Scylla commands the Voyager River Dragon.
River Dragon.
Which pesters a group of islands to the southwest of Port Mage.
Before I go, I had some questions.
Ask away, my privateer. I would not have you take to the water uninformed.
Wakoyo nods and plants his hands on his hips. I'm still hunting Wave Skipper.
Our enemies sow discord in the waves while you tarry.
Dude, you just give me the job. Wakoyo raises his brow and peers closer to make sure he has your attention.
Let no one say aha the lazy privateer. Seek your target and be done.
Yeah. Now I feel less likely to want to do it. It's not how you talk to people. Although I guess if you're somebody who really, really doesn't want to be considered lazy, that might, do the trick for you. Okay, I think we're done with this region. Look at that. Knocked out a region in one episode. Alright, the Sacred Stair. 1 hour, 14 minutes. It takes forever to walk into city. Like, that's crazy. An hour. I guess that's actually not that crazy when I think about it. That's because we're probably just doing like a nice leisurely walk. Sacred Stair. Okay. Temple of Margaret. Oh. High Priest Hati. I did arrive on the Defiant. How does everybody know that? The Margranite priest has the build of a boulder. His thick-set frame stretches his fine robes at the seams. He regards you with a steady, calm gaze, nodding and greeting.
I am always glad to meet another priest. Be welcome. Join the others should you wish to practice your forms.
Margaret and I aren't on the best of terms. This is your temple? I didn't expect to see so many foreigners at the temples. Which way to the palace? This is your temple?
Akira, rain and wind is a better teacher than any priest. A fighter accustomed to comfort earns only bruises. Each obstacle is a challenge we must answer. These are whetstones that sharpen us into fine blades.
I didn't expect to see so many foreigners at the temple.
It is an opportunity to learn. What good is a fighter who knows how to defend against a single enemy? If we must one day fight one another, such is Margran's will.
Which way to the palace? The priest blinks. His smile is warm, but there is little amusement in it.
Follow the path as it climbs the mountain, all the way to the Serpent's Crown. You will see it.
Hey, cheer up, buddy. You need to learn to accept your trial as direction giver. Margaret and I aren't on the best of terms. I don't think it's not me towards her. That's why I'm a little worried about this one. I'm afraid it's going to mean like I'm unhappy with her. That's not the case. I think she's unhappy with me. Let's go with it.
Do you believe so? It is not in might alone that Margran holds influence. There is purpose, conviction, achievement. You may honor her in many ways.
That's comforting. So maybe she is upset with her, but it's not like... Hello. You have an interesting name, Mark. You find a man of middle years inspecting a metal tool unlike any you've seen. He has several similarly strange items on his belt, all quite clean and orderly. They look like the tools one might use to pull a tooth or shoe a horse, but much more delicate. He wears pristine, cream-colored robes. The muzzle of an arquebus is visible just over his shoulder. His eyes brighten when he notices you. The man's robes shimmer with a faint trace of arcane energy. Glyphs stitched into the hems and sleeves seem to be the source of the effect.
A good day, traveler. I see you've taken an eye to my instruments. If you've any interest in the medical sciences, you need only ask. Well then, questions?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm a researcher in the medical sciences. And before you ask, no, I don't mean animancy. Neither do I mean magic, nor, gods forbid, necromancy. Medicine. Study of the kith body, its inner workings and such.
Ah. It's a pleasant surprise that we're not meeting a scientist who's an animancer.
I've misgivings about magic use. It's useful, I'll grant you that. But it's a crutch. Stunts our scientific development, you understand?
Oh, I understand.
Makes me a bit unpopular, as you can no doubt imagine. Which is why I've got this arquebus here.
I like that. It's an interesting thing, right? It's an interesting dilemma that magic causes. since we have the ability to heal things with magic, you know, it would stunt the development of more scientific medicine. It reminds me of, I don't know if I've already talked about this. I really like the story, so I'll say it again. The story of steam power in like the Roman Republic era, Hellenistic period. Back in history, how like they developed steam engine or steam power, but they didn't like try to advance it because they didn't think they needed it. Right, they didn't need a machine to do work for them because, well, back then they had a lot of slaves, so it was much easier to just forget they discovered that, not see a use for it until later on in history. Although now that I think about it, we won't get into it. Maybe I need to think more about that story. I just thought of something for it. What do you mean by unpopular?
A patient of mine died under questionable circumstances. One morning they were fine, and the next they were dead. Someone is trying to discredit my work. I just know it. But they won't succeed.
Continue.
I came here to the archipelago to evade my rival's attempts at sabotage. And there certainly is quite a lot of work in the Deadfire, I must tell you.
Can you teach me what you've learned in your research?
I've told you of my troubles. I suppose it's the least I can do. Settle in now. I've got a lecture prepared for just this occasion. Of course, it will cost you 3,000 copper.
3,000 copper? I'm not giving you that. Here you are. I don't think so.
Should you change your mind, you'll find me here.
Good. I will eventually do that, but yeah, I'm not spending my money right now on that. Kitty Posy. +1 to all fire keyworded power levels. Nice. And your party gains a reflex bonus. Nice. You think that would be like maybe like an orange cat or something? But no. Okay. So what's over here? Temple of Bareth. Okay. We got a whole bunch of temples around here, huh? The Hanging Sepulchre. Merchant. Temple of Gon. Road North. Merchant. Spire of the Soul Seers. Spire of the Soul Seers and Road West. I want to go to Gon. Because I think we have a quest over there too. Let's try and do that before we end the episode. Maybe make some actual progress besides just exploring. I just guess it's progress, but you know. Well, I like how the trees are swaying here. That's kind of nice. This place seems like it's seen better days, maybe? Free stuff, though. It's always nice.
God hears your prayers, surely as I
What do we have over here? Abandoned cat. Get the cat. Fra Nils. +3 accuracy with melee attacks. And the party receives bonus health. That was pretty good. Hello. As you approach, a wood elf straightens over an altar to Gon. Her robes mark her as a high priestess. She arches and cracks her back loudly, a satisfied grin spreading across her face soon after.
do. Jody, I do hope you are not getting into trouble now.
Who, me? No, I wouldn't dream of it.
The faint trace of a smile forms on Edir's lips. Aloth massages his temple, shaking his head. She smiles at the sight of the stranger. You're the high priestess of this temple?
Do swine stink like shit?
I don't know. She hits you with a toothy smile, eyes glittering with amusement.
I'm guessing you're not here to worship. Then what can I do for you?
Pitley said you may be able to help with the food shortage in the gullet.
You did good, helping Petley with the infected. Anyone half so capable's got my ear. But I won't make you an empty promise.
She dips her head, considering.
We tried. Shipped some shares for charity. God, it's nearly 2 years back. Had the means to do some real good. But the guards wouldn't have it. Sent it all to the palace to be shared out, proper-like. Never did see it again.
And that was it? Some effort you lot put in.
Guess that's fair. Someone's gotta voice the hard truths.
Her words are pleasant enough, but her eyes glint with a sharpness and anger.
Of course. We'd be glad to lend a hand. But how'll you see our shares reach the Ruparu this time? What makes you think it'll work now when it didn't then?
Let me worry about that. You just worry about the food. The Principi run a port beneath the gullet. I could convince them to smuggle the food if you acted as the supplier. I'll work to gain an audience with the Queen and petition her to allow your charity.
All right.
With one.
You wind up in the good graces of the Kahanga Royals. You get them to see the light. And I'll get you our food.
In dialogue. Alright, well, I've got more to talk to you about, so.
It is the light that has led you here.
You must be getting a lot of people in here these days.
Oh, yes. People are afraid, angry. Change can be frightening. But what did any of us come here for, if not a new beginning?
Doesn't this place get a little damp?
No more than anywhere else. No sense fighting it.
She winks.
The water sustains our faith, surely as it does these trees.
You are devotees of Gon. What about Eothas' other manifestations?
Gon's the only one that matters.
Jyoti scoffs. Alof gives you a pained look. Seywin shuts her eyes, exhales sharply, and then opens them again to regard you with a patient smile.
The shining god's got many faces, but they're all his to wear. Divine King Widewind, he saw the dawn stars, telling him of things to come. But it's gone with sickle and lantern that's come to the Deadfire. Our god's returned, and he's gonna bring balance to the world. He's gonna right all the wrongs we have suffered. Dawn will bring a new beginning for all of us when that hour comes.
Yeah, don't count on it. We're looking for someone. She may have been through here years back.
We receive followers of the Shining God every day. You might want to speak with Nordegand over there.
She points to her right.
She's been here the longest and takes care to know everyone of our faith.
Alright, farewell. I will talk to this Nordegand person, but first, we're gonna take whatever this is. Dream journal. The writing on this tattered scrap of paper looks like it was penned by someone still half asleep. Have you ever had a dream so real that you wanted Eothas so badly that you could do anything? A line is drawn into the writing below, which its author has scrawled. No more cheese before bed. I'll take it. Why am I taking it, you might ask? I don't know, is the answer. Gon has been depicted with a warm smile, but the eyes beneath his hood hold unsettling fervor. Hello.
Hungry? Come on up. Don't be shy.
Thank you. The acolyte works with practiced speed, smiling up at you as he hands you a bowl.
Maybe an inn next time if you're so hungry.
Jyoti lifts her chin in interest. Sorry.
Does anyone but the gods know what's going on in Adair's head?
Huh? You and Adair seem to be getting along well.
You reckon so?
She slants you a sly grin.
I mean...
Gaze downcast, Jyoti sighs, the tip of her tongue, a peak of dusky rose. Dabs at the corner of her mouth, leaving a glimmer of wetness.
He's a right fine fella. Kind, too. But a little old.
Maybe you're just a little young. I don't know about that answer. You care for him, don't you? Forget about him. You can do better. Hands off, Edir's mine. You care for him, don't you?
I do. I tried not to, but I can't hardly help it.
She rushes through the confession with a soft blush and a nod. Seraphin's eyes close as he nods along.
He's just so considerate and nice. If not to me, then everyone else. And he's so darn big and strong. I know my pa would have liked him.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that I feel like most paws would like. Continue.
doesn't much like me, Watcher.
Why would you think that? Maybe he likes you, but he's no good at showing it. You try too hard, it annoys him. Have you shown him your charms? It's not meant to be, Jyoti. You need to move on. Why would you think that?
Aside from the fact that every time I talk to him, he shoots me down.
She grins crookedly, somehow looking both abashed and amused.
One night, while everyone was sleeping.
The faint trace of a smile forms on Adir's lips. Yeah, he's listening right now, just to let you know. Go on.
I might have borrowed a bottle of rum and shook him awake. I thought he'd be more open to talk by the light of my lantern. You know, if it was just the two of us.
Uh-huh.
He looked at me like I was a scorpion that had crawled into his sleeping bag. What should I do? You'll help me, Watcher, won't you?
Keep at it. That's all you can do for now. Give him enough time and space to come around. You should probably pester him to talk more about Aethys and the Saints' War. Or his dead brother. Oh man, I want to say the right answer here, because I don't know if they can get together, but that'd be kind of cute. Be cute. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think what Edir would think, right? Let's get in the head of Edir. We've been traveling with him for hundreds of hours now, or at least 100 hours, for both games. Would he think she's being too clingy if she keeps at it? I kind of feel like he wouldn't. Like, I feel like well, don't wake him up in the middle of the night again. But, I don't know. Giving him enough time and space, I don't know. He's a simple guy, right? Like, I don't think Edir would be all about the whole game of it. I think he'd prefer her to be direct and everything. I don't know, keep at it. A fierceness sharpens Jyoti's features. It vibrates through the set of her shoulders, the jut of her hip, and for a moment, her lantern seems to rattle with it, and determination on its holster clip.
True enough. Even I know you can't catch a stag if you don't hunt. I'll try my gone darnest. I can promise you that.
As if unable to help herself, she beams you a bright and hopeful smile.
I hope you're right. Tell me what's on your mind.
Nothing much. I mean, how is it you came to be a worshipper of Gon? How are you feeling? That's all for now.
Sure thing,
We'll talk to you later. Alright, I think that's where we're going to end this episode. In the next one, we will talk to this lady, and then check out the rest of the temples, and then maybe make it to the Queen's palace in the next episode, which will be interesting and fun. I'm excited for that. How close are we to leveling? I mean, we're not that far, right? Yeah, I mean, pretty close, actually. But until then, I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.